Just have to take a quick minute to thank our sponsors, Yellow Dog Paddle, Mackin's Rippin Lips Fishing Trips, NJFishing.com, and 8 Ball Sport Fishing. Also have to thank our supporters, Psycho Jigs, Lip Glue, Nor'easter Hardcore Apparel, Hoggy Time Jigs, The Mimi Sick, and The Gambler.
Hello and welcome to episode number 139 of the NJ Multi-Species Podcast. I'm your host, Joe Santiago, with my co-partner host, Chris Pereira.
That was weird. Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, it's very fast. We just got back from ice fishing all day, so we are exhausted. Tonight's guest is Instagram tag She Slays Fish. I think that's it. We came across it. New Jersey female multi-species angler.
It's definitely not it, but it was close.
It's probably definitely not. It's close though. Very big following. She'll be here in about 20 minutes. Her name's Jess. A lot of news this week. A lot of news for the first.
She Slays Angling, by the way.
She Slays Angling. So if you want to look her up on Instagram, She Slays Angling. That's her tag. She has a Facebook tag, but it's a different company. Chuck Manny, for the first time in over a year, is not number one on the leaderboard anymore. He has been knocked down, and it now is Matt Ginetta in first place. Chuck is in second. Two big leader fish came in this week. Katie Lynn caught a 46-inch muskie. That's the new leading muskie. And Anthony Dent put in the new first place pike. I don't know the exact measurement of that. I didn't pull it up. But yes, Anthony Dent, first place pike. So two, and Tim Keebler, in another change, put up the first place carp and the first place walleye. So a really big week for some big fish to come into Mayhem. And I know now, I know Scott Howard fired in some big ones today too. So yeah, it's getting very mixed up now, especially seeing Chuck not on number one anymore.
Don't draw much
I'm trying to keep a low profile to it. But yeah, Chuck's no longer number one. Matt Ginetta is the new current leader of Mayhem.
Well, he had to have caught some fish this week too, then, no?
He had to have, but there's just so many fish coming in, I can't track them. Well, Chuck's in second. Bob Darwin.
Well, that's the thing. Well, so Chuck lost a lot of points. So by other people catching stuff, and that's how it goes. And that's why I tried to tell people, like, it doesn't matter. Like the point system at any given time, it doesn't really matter because you catch a couple of big fish, and all of a sudden, catch 2 or 3 first place fish, which isn't that hard right now. That's 15 points right there. Boom, you're in first.
Yep. And it is swinging fast. Like I said, 1 week we have 4 new leaders in 1 week, and we're not even at open water yet. So Mayhem is Mayhem, exactly what it was meant to be. If you're not a member, join up immediately because you're just missing all the fun. You're missing the fun.
And there are prizes going out periodically through the year. So like.
Katie Lynn commented, Chuck will come back with a vengeance. Alex is commenting, don't poke the bear again. We're not poking the bear. We're just trying to simply read the standings without offending him. Like, I'm just reading the standings. He is not in first. I can't say he is. He's not. If that pokes him, it is what it is. But, yeah, he will come back with a vengeance. Katie Lynn is right. He always does.
Well, you got to remember, though. There's saltwater fish. He likes saltwater fishing more.
Does he though? Does he? Like, I'm starting to question
he likes
that.
everything. He likes everything. But if he had the choice, weather permitting, he's gonna saltwater fish once the time comes.
Good. Send him back there, like you get rid of him. Back to the Ocean King Poseidon.
And we do have $50 gift certificate to Sporting Life also that's gonna go out. I think, what did we say? Either end of February or mid
of the month,
whatever we said. Based off of anyone can win it through the wheel system if you have a fish on the board anywhere on the top 5 of any species, which is very easy to do right now if you want to. So
Joseph Harvey, hello, welcome, a shout out. In other news, we got the sea bass options. The new 2026 sea bass options are on the table, and they're kind of showing them. Most of them are realistically, they're just keeping the sea bass numbers the same, but they're adding 43 days to the season. That's the most popular option that everyone's recommending we choose. I really thought the summer season would get more fish put to it. But I was talking to Joe Zagorski, and he said, but if they did add the more fish to that summer period where you're only allowed one, it would cut down the days of the season drastically. So most people seem to be opting for the extra 43 days of sea bass fishing. What's your thoughts?
As long as it's going to be, like, I don't know the specifics of it. I'm not looking right at it right now, but as long as it's not going to be one of those situations where they extend the season into this time frame where they're like offshore or something like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, you're right.
If they're available to
offshore
to target,
still the 15 fish. Like I said, they kept all the numbers exactly the same, but they added 43 days to the season. So instead of giving everyone more sea bass, you get more days to go.
Yeah, I don't have a preference one way or the other, as long as it's not one of those things where they extend the season into a time where the fish aren't inshore anymore. But I don't think that's what would happen.
No. I think most of the extensions onto the spring season. It does add a little bit into the fall one, but not much. Bob Darling commented 80 to 90% of the fish currently on the board will be knocked off. That's easy to say, but will anyone do it?
I mean, he's right. I mean, but
he probably is. But
you never know.
It ain't done till it's done.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is getting crazy. Kevin must be having a tough time tracking it all because there is a ton of fish. I think it's approaching a 150, 200 fish already. And April 1st, we do have the Saltwater separately opening up. A whole new headache for Kevin. It's going to be great, saltwater fishing. So it may get some of these guys off of the freshwater, like Chris said, back onto the saltwater. I do have to mention Yellow Dog Paddle. I talked to Mike Herman the other day. It was his birthday. Happy birthday to Mike. Yellow Dog has a lot of new plans for this year. A lot of new stuff, especially including the Delaware River. It's not just walleye trips. He's doing some other stuff, too. So if you're interested with going with Mike Herman, Yellow Dog Paddle, give him a call because he is booking for the spring, Delaware River, and, of course, his Round Valley, what he's really, really known for being good at. So call Yellow Dog Paddle.
Well, that ice out walleye on the river, though, that could be, I mean, you got a good chance at monster doing that.
Yeah, you do. As soon as the ice is gone, usually some of the best fish do get picked off. The Gambler trip. Everyone knows how popular our Gambler trip is. Mayhem on the Gambler. I believe we do have a date for it. I'm not going to release the date because it's not 100% confirmed yet. I have to make a phone call.
Okay.
I haven't had time to call yet, but I think we do have the date. It's very close to opening day, and it is on a weekend. If you're interested in getting on that Gambler trip, you have to contact me as soon as you can.
And now, priority for the tickets for that is going to be to club members first, or?
Yeah, if you're a club member and ask for a ticket, you're definitely going to get one first before a non-club member. That would be the way it is. The Gambler is going to be filled with bump boards. Chris Lito is going to be tripping over bump boards because everyone's going to be fighting over sea bass measurements.
I think
it's going to come down to a quarter inch. It's going to be hilarious. I can't wait. But yes, I'm not blowing smoke up anyone's ass. Chris will. I mean, that trip, I think last year it sold out in 13 seconds. So if you want to get on the Gambler with us this year, I believe we have 50 tickets. Please contact me ASAP.
Yeah, we don't overload the boat. It's a really cool trip. I mean, especially if you don't do a lot of saltwater fishing, or even if you've never saltwater fished, but no, you don't get seasick or whatever. I mean, I don't want anyone to come and get seasick. That's just awful.
Yeah, that sucks.
And
that has happened too. It happened actually. One of my relatives that came, one of my nephews. I posted a video of him yakking. This year my wife's coming, which last time she went on a party boat, she didn't do well, but she's gonna try again. No better boat to try on than the Gambler.
She doesn't get sick though, right?
She gets sick as hell. She even gets sick in the car. It's gonna be terrible. Oh yeah, terrible. But I'll have to deal with that. I went to the Knee Deep Club contest. I met up with Walter Hewitt, Kevin, Kronk, Max, Eddie Mackin. It was led by Eddie Mackin. Eddie got us all set up and took care of everything. So huge thank you to him. Katie Lynn came, hung out. My kids were able to catch a perch. We took a shot. We gambled on a real shallow water cove. Everyone put their tip-ups in about 3 feet of water, hoping to get a giant pickerel. Kevin scored a pretty nice pickerel, but not one good enough to get up there on the board. Someone put in a 6.5-pound bass. I know Fast Eddie and Mike K did really well where they were fishing. They had a really nice mixed bag of everything that you could catch there. So it's not like there was bad fishing. I think we had an unlucky spot because we did not do well. And again, I hate when the kids don't do well. You know, it makes it like even tougher. But yeah, they had a rough one. They had fun, but they have to learn. Can't win every time.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
but they've taken. My kids have definitely taken a few shitty ones now in a row. A couple of them in a row now. No good.
No, they still want to keep going, right? So it's all good.
I'm trying to try these lakes like closer to home, so they don't have to go for such a long car ride. But they all suck. Like I take them, and the lake sucks anyway. I'm better off just driving farther.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. The fishing has been pretty tough in general. I mean, just talking to people and being out there myself, and that doesn't mean, you know.
Jen Wong is here. Jen Wong is on the leaderboard, top 10. Jen Wong didn't enter last year. Told us he doesn't multi-species fish, and here he is ice fishing for catfish on the leaderboard. He's on the leaderboard. So Jen, you're there now. Now you're in the big leagues. I don't know what you were talking about last year, but now you're getting it. You're catching on.
Yeah, well, yeah, and it's been, like I said, it's been tough. You know, fish are picky. You know,
a lot of people are talking in there about the pictures. It's hard to take pictures. Yes, it is taking a picture is one of the hardest parts of the contest. Like if you can't do it, you should get a DQ because all the people that did it right, it wasn't easy. It's not easy to do.
Yeah, it takes a little bit of practice. Actually, it's like, you know, it's the one thing that you could have fished 40 years of your life, but you may never. You know, this is the part that has nothing to do with fishing really. It's taking the picture of the fish on the bump board, making sure it's, you know, bumped right and the tails, whatever.
I think Jen Wong's actually another perfect example. Like, we should bring him back on with Bob Darling because he never did any of this shit. Like, now he's out ice fishing. He loves ice fishing. He's doing all kinds of multi-species shit, not just the bass thing anymore. So, I mean, he's another example of he'll go after anything now. Doesn't care.
Yeah, I mean, I think he was. I don't know why he said he's actually said he's not a multi-species guy. He's always used multi-species.
That's what he said last year when he didn't want to join.
He might just didn't want his
excuse. He never. I don't think he ever ice fished though. But
last year was his first time.
You could tell he loves ice fishing now. He loves.
Well, I mean, it's fishing. Like, it's fishing. You know, if you like fishing in the winter when everything's frozen, if you like fishing, you're going ice fishing. You're not. What's the other option? To sit home and play with yourself? Like,
yeah, I know. Rock Chain Pickerel's been texting me a lot of ice fishing questions because he said he's tired of sitting home staring at ice. Ice fishing is great. The fish usually are pretty cooperative. Jen Wong can be a witness. He loves it.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I don't know about the fish being cooperative all the time. There's some rough days out there, but you know, it is what it is. I've been riding the struggle bus for a while. I mean, as far as like bigger fish, me and Katie went out local the other day, got some nice pickerel. other than that, I mean, everything I've been targeting is either I've been only finding small versions or getting skunked on the specific species. I mean, it's pretty rough, but it's like I said, like if you go out fishing and you do awesome, you want to go out as soon as possible again. If you go out fishing and you fail, at least for me, I want to go back out as soon as possible again and avenge myself. There's like no scenario where I'm not trying to go fishing again.
Yeah, you want to go back. You want to go back as soon as possible, no matter what.
Yeah.
And there's really nothing else that could be done about it. It is an addiction. I mean, this ruined hunting for me last year. Totally just destroyed hunting.
You did nothing. You left me to rot. I tried to hunt a couple times, failed miserably. You got nothing.
I couldn't do it. Bob Darling was up my ass. I couldn't sleep. Bob Darling was chasing me every minute. I couldn't stop. So hunting was ruined. Yeah, mayhem does take over and consume your life.
Yeah, I mean, let me double check to see if while
I just spoke about Mr. Eddie Mackin. Eddie Mackin is also booking his 2026 trips on Lake Apacon, offering the red eye again. If you want to see that famous topwater night fishing that we all have been doing for a long time, you can do it with Eddie, even if you're by yourself on one of Eddie's red eye trips. So call Mackin's Rippin' Lips Fishing Trips today to book your next Lake Hopakon fishing trip.
I'm just checking in with Jessica, see if she can get on, if she's having any trouble. But I just wanted to add also, like, if you are interested in trying ice fishing, we are kind of going into that time where we're not going to make any more ice. Like, there's really not going to be any more ice made at this point going forward. We do have a lot of ice in some places.
Lake Apacon had 17 inches, I measured. I haven't seen that much ice in a long time.
So that thick ice, that will stay into March. It's just going to be a matter of, like, if we get rain or whatever, and sometimes the edges start going.
This week's
in certain places warm. You can't get on.
Towards the end of this week's going to get up there.
All
right, our guest is ready. We're going to get out of here for 1 minute and get our guest ready. We will be back with Jess in 1 minute. Okay, we are back with Jessica Kurtsetter from Batty Baits. She's been multi-species angling the state of New Jersey for 10 years now, both saltwater and freshwater. Jessica, welcome to the NJ Multi-Species Podcast.
Hey, guys, what's going on?
What's up? Joe didn't mess up your intro?
Fishing. No, I got it
He did really good. He did really good.
I didn't mess it up. We were just talking about ice fishing before you came on. I don't know if you do that. Do you ice fish?
No, it's funny because I always tell people it doesn't get cold enough here. So I live in like South Jersey. I live in Atlantic County, closer to the ocean. And so it doesn't usually get cold enough to ice fish.
So you call it pork roll?
Yeah. I mean, is there another name for it?
Taylor ham. The real name?
Oh, no. Yeah, it's pork roll down here. But no, so it doesn't really usually get cold enough to ice fish. But this year, I mean, it was freezing. I probably could have done some of that.
I don't know anyone that ice fishes down there. You probably don't have the equipment because you're just expecting it not to.
Yeah.
But I know, I think one of our buddies went at least as far south as, I don't know, definitely further south than Route 78, but not down to Atlantic County. So I wouldn't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
If anyone listening ice fishes deep South Jersey this year, I'm curious to know. We don't need to know any specific places, but I'm just curious.
Shout out to Matt Kaiser. What's up, Matt? Oh, Jessica, you said before when we were talking to you, you started with saltwater and now you're shifted more to freshwater.
Yeah, so I had a really great first experience fishing. My husband and I, that's about when we got together, we actually got a boat. So we would mostly fish like the Atlantic. We did a lot of pelagic fishing. My first experience fishing was blue fishing in the bay, and I caught so many fish, they told me I would never have another trip like that again. And they were right. I caught so many fish that day. It was my first experience fishing. And
that's so Jersey. It's so Jersey. Like,
yeah.
It's so Jersey.
It is. Dirty Jersey.
You said bluefish, right?
Yeah.
It's and then like you probably hit it right before they started like
vanishing.
I don't know, not disappearing, but
yeah.
They kind of did disappear. They just show up randomly now.
Yeah, definitely. We definitely got into them when I don't even know when that started changing. To be honest with you,
I think
yeah,
3 years ago, maybe they started getting uncooperative.
I think more
sparse.
than that.
The limit went from unlimited to 2 or 3.
What? I had no idea. That's crazy.
Yeah, you can't keep that many bluefish.
Oh yeah,
anymore.
it was unlimited at
it was
one point.
It was unlimited usually. They used to fill barrels with them on like the Miss Belmar and stuff.
Yeah.
And then donate them to churches usually. But what caused the shift event? What caused you to start liking freshwater more than saltwater?
So when we were together for a few years, my husband and I, and we decided to buy a house. So we had to give up the boat, bought a house. Great trade. But at the same time, I had to get used to the thought of maybe doing some other kind of fishing. I actually didn't fish at all for a couple of years after that. And then we're like, you know what? This is kind of boring. You wanna just try some freshwater? And so we tried it. I think we started getting really into freshwater fishing in 23. And man, that opened a whole nother can of worms.
It is definitely. I mean, I guess it could be whatever you want it to be, but generally speaking, it's less expensive.
Usually, it's the opposite though. The saltwater people think freshwater's boring as hell.
Yeah, I mean, I've got to admit that's why. That's why I took a little bit of a break after we sold the boat, because I was like, "There's no way I'm going to get a rush out of catching, a 2-pound bass after catching, tuna and sharks and all of that."
Are you in the territory close enough to have snakeheads around?
We have to travel a little bit. That's a species I would love to catch this year, but we would probably have to go either more west or more north by like a lot. Yeah, because I'm like right by the beach, pretty down south. So I think the Delaware has some, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh yeah.
Which is probably closer.
If you get to a water body that's connected in some way to the Delaware through whatever tributaries, however west you need to go to hit something like that's pretty much what you'd be looking for. Yeah.
Yeah, she's on the opposite side. She's closer to the salt. We did it last year. It was my first time, and I caught, I think, 2 or 3, and it was awesome. I loved it. I understand the argument now of why the people down there like them. They don't have as many fishing options as we do up here in North Jersey, but that fish we don't have up here that great. But I thought it was cool. I'm gonna get ripped for saying it, but yeah, I thought it was cool. And we caught bowfins too, which I thought was even cooler.
Yeah, bowfin would be so cool to catch.
Yeah, they inhabit the same water, but yeah. I'm always curious about this. So I don't know or talk to that many people that live in southeast Jersey, like Jersey Shore type territory over there. Like what kinds of freshwater fishing opportunities do you guys have? Is it mostly largemouth bass?
Yeah, it's mostly largemouth. I mean, you get your panfish, a lot of crappie, a lot of yellow perch and all of that, but the diversity isn't very great. With that being said, I have caught some decent smallmouth down here, which I didn't even realize existed until I caught one. I think it was like fall last year.
They're only in one lake, right?
Well, it depends on how far south we're talking, because I have seen them in, I don't know if you guys know Union Lake. It was a really big spot. Yeah, I caught a lot of bass out of there. I had heard there were smallmouth in there, and I don't mean to burn her spot or anything like that, but I didn't believe it until I caught one last year. I was like, is this a smallmouth?
Yeah, I think that's like the lake everyone mentions first when they talk about. Would you consider the area you live in to be the Pine Barrens, or are you past that?
We are technically the Pine Barrens. So I'm like, if you're coming from like the ocean, I'm where it starts to get kind of woodsy. Like I live basically in the woods.
Okay.
But yeah.
So you guys have probably a lot of pickerel, I imagine.
Yes, we have a ton of pickerel. Like really trying to weed out the pickerel to find bass is a typical day down here.
Do you hate them, or do you just kind of accept them, or do you just piss you off because they always cut your line?
No, I never could understand really getting pissed at them because they fight like hell. They're a super fun fight. they are a pain in the butt, to the equipment and when you're trying to target something else. But I really have a lot of fun catching them. I feel like I have a lot of other creators who applaud me for posting when I catch them, because a lot of people are like, oh, trash fish, whatever. Yeah. But I'm like, it's a good day. I caught something.
Is there any catfish there?
Yeah, there's a ton of catfish here. I don't target catfish, and I still catch catfish. So nice. A lot of catfish down here.
What else, Chris? What else would be down there?
I don't know. You guys don't have any. This has always been kind of weird to me, actually. So you guys have no hybrid striped bass. Is that correct?
Well, so last year I did catch one. I did catch one down here.
Was it in a reservoir?
Yes.
Okay.
All right. Well, that's not that far south.
No.
Yeah, I guess not. Yeah, because I still have to travel. Any really good spots that I go fish, I have to do a little bit of a drive.
So how do you go? So you get tired of saltwater fishing, switch to freshwater fishing. When does it become now you're a content creator? Like you're now have a following and you're actually like, how did you get to that point?
So it's really funny. A lot of this is like unintentional almost. I started documenting like my fishing journey, my freshwater fishing journey, after being MIA from the fishing scene in 2023 is when I started. And I just had one post randomly blow up, and that's how I gained the majority. I haven't really gained a ton of followers since that one blow up, but I have found a lot of really consistent people. So I think it's a quality of people that Absolutely. I'm so lucky to have found. But yeah, I mean, it started just kind of like a blog, like, hey guys, look what I'm doing. Also, like, help me, because I didn't know anything about freshwater at the time. And then one thing led to another, and here I am in 3 years later, and I'm really enjoying it.
What was just 3 years? I mean, that's basically like the same time we started doing this. What was the post? Because we always talk about like the dumbest posts we make always just like go viral or something, like, and then we'll be catching some phenomenal fish and it's just like normal, like nobody really cares, and then you just post the dumbest thing like Joe screaming at his uncle for bringing a banana on the boat and cursing at him, and it's like, oh, it's viral. Just Joe screaming at his poor uncle Rich eating a banana on the boat.
What was the post?
It's exactly like you said, Chris. Like, the post was maybe a 6-second post, and it was, nobody cares about your silly little fishing page. And then I was like, well, these 100 awesome people do. That was like, a 7-second clip, and I had literally like 120, 130 followers, and that blew up, and all of a sudden I had like 10,000 followers. That was it. I didn't have a fish in my hand. Like, you couldn't even see the water. Like, it was so nothing.
Yeah, I agree with you too on the quality over quantity. Like, we try to target New Jersey followers because we advertise for New Jersey businesses. So like, someone from Idaho is really not going to help us out much. So we try to target New Jersey. Not that we don't want the Idaho followers.
I think it's cool when people from like across the country or down in Florida like comment on the stuff. Like, damn, you guys are catching a lot of cool different fish. Like, this is New Jersey.
Craig Lemon, the father of fishing, is writing Manasquan all over the chat. Like, he just has to say it. Like,
he just came here to burn the spot.
Craig Lemon basically makes all the fish and then hides them everywhere like Easter eggs. So he's like the real life Easter bunny of fishing. He's the Easter bunny, just hiding hybrids everywhere. I know he puts them where he's just putting them anywhere he wants.
I think those are his favorite fish to randomly hide in lakes and not tell anyone, and then they pop up, and he's like, I did that.
Well, he knows that they can't reproduce. Craig, if you're still on there, what happened to the 50 that you put in Split Rock a couple years ago? Like, did anyone ever catch one of those, or did they just vanish? What happened to the Split Rock hybrids? I got to ask Craig that.
Maybe he should come on the show and answer that question.
Someone yelled at you and said it's Taylor Ham.
Oh, man.
So
yeah.
So,
I'm the minority here.
Do you actually do you wear a GoPro, or how do you create your content now?
Yeah, so I have like an action camera. It's the DJI action camera. Same thing. And I have a hookup on my kayak. So it goes behind me so you guys can see everything that I've got going on.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
You never kind of crossed back over and got into kayak fishing the saltwater at all, or?
You know, I would really love to do that. I always say this when people ask, if I can upgrade my kayak a little bit and get into something I'm a little more comfortable being in, something with a lot of current, I would absolutely do it. I would love to catch some saltwater fish from the kayak. I mean, that's got to be a blast. I can't even imagine.
It is cool. I did it for a while before I had like a real freshwater boat. I got a kayak to freshwater fish, and I saw guys saltwater fishing from the kayak, and I got, made some friends, got in with some of these groups, and went, saltwater fishing in the kayak. And I gotta say, I haven't done it in years, and I don't really do it anymore. But I gotta say, I mean, hooking into, we hooked some real big, 45 to 48-inch striped bass a couple of days, when we caught it at the right time. And they're just I don't know, they're towing you around.
Oh my gosh.
And it's it's kind of scary in a way, because you don't have full control over what's happening, not from a real boat or from the shore. And it's invigorating. It's really cool. I'd love to get back into that again. I'm not really sure why I stopped doing it completely.
It's your sign. You got to do it this year. Get into it.
Yeah.
Craig Lemon replied, "Ghosts." He said, "Never one even reported being caught." Yeah, that's pretty cool. We got to go catch one now.
Because I always wondered. I brought up the hybrids for South Jersey because I know they're a warm water fish. I mean, they have them all the way down in Florida, everywhere, And so I just wondered why the state never. And maybe Craig Lemon will answer this. I always wondered why not throw deep South Jersey a couple of bones and stock some hybrid stripers in some of those lakes, and they don't. And I don't know if it's angler number issue, they just don't have enough anglers down there interested fishing for them, or if the lakes just wouldn't support them at all.
Yeah, I think that's an issue down here that we have a lot, because I know there's a lot of places north of us that get stocked with a lot of nice fish, but I think some of the places that we have, just the water quality perhaps isn't.
And I don't think you have much depth either, right? You what's your deepest? You don't have that many deep spots.
Not really. I fish one spot that gets pretty deep, maybe 40, 50 feet.
That's plenty for them. But I was going to say, I don't know that they need, I mean, when you're talking depth, I think if you've got a 15-foot, if you got 15-foot deep spots in a lake or something, I think that's plenty for them. I don't know that, because I think they're in lakes going down south and Midwest and stuff. I think they're in lakes that don't get Frank deep.
Frank Mihalik just said kayaks suck. You can't take them 30 miles offshore and catch giant blackfish with them.
That's super true, man. I gotta agree with that. Trust.
I mean, Frank is the anti-multi-species angler, though. He is the blackfish guy.
He is the blackfish captain. It is so funny. I'm trying to read these things here.
What can we touch on her baits? So she makes her own baits.
Oh yeah,
the company makes her own baits.
Let me see if I could get it right. Hold on. It's Batty Baits.
That's right. Yes.
Did you write it down?
No, I remembered it because Deuce yelled it at me before, so now it's stuck in my head.
Yeah, tell us a little bit about that. How long after
someone's asking you about New Lake in South Jersey? We're not going to just start burning all the South Jersey lakes to the ground here, guys.
Yeah, we have 2 lakes, guys. Come on.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. I've never heard of New Lake. I'll have to check that out. Thanks.
Unless he's asking if it's a new. I don't know. I think he's trying to guess where your 40 feet is. I think that's what's going on.
Well,
she ain't gonna tell you.
Sorry.
Anyway, Batty Baits. When did you start that versus when you switched over coming back into fishing, freshwater fishing? Then how long after that you started getting into the bait making?
So my husband and I started making our own baits. Actually, it was just last year.
Okay.
Probably about July. We were just making them for ourselves. We like to throw a lot of big swim baits, and they're pretty pricey, and they don't hold up all the time so well. So we're like, let's buy a mold. We'll see, what can it hurt? So I made a few, for ourselves, and I go live for my kayak on TikTok on my She Slays Angling page when I go fishing sometimes, and I would be catching fish with our homemades, and you get people all the time asking, where'd you get that lure? And I'm like, oh, we made it. And it's, oh, where can I get one? And I had that come up enough times to be like, maybe this could be something. So started that up and started the business in September last year.
Cool. What do you mold that out of? Like, what is it molded out of?
So we purchase their lead molds, and we get liquid plastic. You heat it up, you put your color in there, whatever you want to do, and you shoot it into the mold, let it cool off, and then you get a bait. I'll show you a little bit what we got. I'll show you one. I caught a pretty nice striped bass on this past winter. So this is like an example. I had this on a teaser actually, and I got a really nice striped bass on it. So that's just an example. One of the colors that we have, we call electric bug. It's probably our most popular color. So
it's pretty cool when you catch fish on like something that you made from scratch, basically. But like you took it to the next level. Like now you're selling them to people, and I don't know. I always, every time we have a bait, someone that makes their own baits, whatever kind of baits, I always kind of ask them the same question, because there's so many people doing this. Like what makes your stuff stand out in your mind, at least, that you could sell this, like, and someone would buy it versus what they normally would buy? You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, that's a really great question. And that's something I had to really think about before starting the business, because the bait making community is huge, and you really have to have some kind of niche to kind of stick out. And my whole thing of what I wanted to do was bringing bold, modern colors to our baits. So I really want us to be known for having something that's going to be a little different than what you see in the store. I love coming up with different colors, coming up with unique names, trying to really, another point of pride I have to throw in there is that we test all of our baits out, and we like to catch at least one fish before we sell them to the public. Yeah. So that's something also I think is really cool. You guys, the customers can come hang out with me on live, watch me catch some fish with what we got, and kind of talk about that. And I think really just listening to the community and what they want and what they want to see is a really big part for me when it comes to the business. Like, that means a lot to me.
I'm sorry. Craig Lemon asked the question. Craig Lemon, I'm sorry if you don't know him. He runs basically the hatchery, fish stocking program.
Oh,
not the
super
trout.
Cool.
Yeah,
okay.
He's like the head of the fish stocking, the warm water. But he just asked.
And he won't come on the show.
He's coming eventually. At Lenape Lake, he wants to know if you fish that. He says he puts quite a few bass in there. Now we're just burning everything.
That's one of my lake spots, one of my only lake spots. Actually, no, it's funny because I don't fish Lake Lenape a whole lot. I have fished it maybe once, but now
you need to put more bass in there.
I mean, I would love to.
You went once and it sucked, and you're not going back?
It was a little quiet. It was a little quiet.
Well, there you go. She might need more fish in that lake, Craig.
I will say, in all seriousness, Craig does base the stocking off of like angler feedback. Not like if one person tells him he sucks and he's going to stop, but if enough people that he knows and trusts fish these places and he's not getting the feedback, like those fish are going to get allotted to better places. Like that's. He does base a lot of his stocking off of information he gets back from anglers. One of the reasons why all the stocking programs are so successful.
I wanted to ask about the color. A lot of people who have come on this podcast tell us that color doesn't matter at all. They'll just use one color. Is that a thing that you're selling the fishermen? Like, do you believe the color makes a big difference, or it just, it doesn't matter?
I would like to think it does, although sometimes I think the fish will eat whatever you throw at them. If they're hungry enough, they're going to eat it.
Oh, yeah.
There are obviously times of the year where they're a little bit more temperamental, and I think that's where it matters a little bit more, maybe fall. So I think it does to an extent, but also there's so many factors, water clarity and things like that. So I think it depends. I think it really depends. It's hard to say.
Yeah, I never bought into the whole, like, when they say, oh, the color doesn't matter. I'm not buying into that. I think it definitely does sometimes, and you can argue, like, the fish's eyes, they don't see this color, they don't see that color. It doesn't matter. There's got to be some kind of difference. However it is that they see it versus the water clarity and the sunlight and whatever else. And even if you ignored all that, right, if in your head you think a certain color is going to work better and it's like a confidence issue, I mean, that's enough right there for color to be important, if you ask me.
No, that's a good point. Yeah.
Well, she's a bait company though. She wants us to buy every color. Like, that's her job.
But I was gonna bring this up too, and I'm sure you've thought about this, especially when you're fishing in live and people are talking at the colors. Sometimes these big companies, right? So let's say you make a bait, it's similar to whatever company's bait that you find at the tackle shops, like all of them. And sometimes these companies will stop making a certain color, just for whatever reason. They don't sell enough of them everywhere. So even though it's like a great color for the Jersey Shore, for whatever, fluke, striped bass, whatever it is, and everyone loves that color here, they don't sell enough of it everywhere else, and they stop making it. Now all of a sudden, like, that gives you a window because you can make any color you want. You ever run into that where, like, you're making a color and killing it, selling certain baits just because one of these other big companies?
Yeah, that one she's holding right there, the purple one.
Color, I could say that both for color and mold type. For example, I get people who, and I don't want to like name company names or anything like that, but I get people who fish this particular creature bait. They love the creature bait, but it doesn't hold up after even one fish sometimes.
If it's a big company, you can bash them. If it's a local company, you can't.
I don't want to offend anybody. Right. But so, and I agree. It's a creature bait that I really enjoy fishing. I caught a ton of fish with it, but it sucks. I'm spending so much money on these baits and I'm not catching a whole lot. So my husband and I went and we measured that bait and we looked for other molds that were similar. We looked down to like the millimeter, trying to find something similar, not copyrighted or anything like that, but something similar. And we found it, and it's now our best selling product because we can make the colors and they will last much more than one fish. Will last you many more fish.
Yeah, I mean,
now they're trying to guess what lure companies she's talking. Like the whole chat is just like playing guess what tonight, I guess. It's ridiculous. Okay, before we ruin your entire night, what is the best way for someone to find your baits, and also, where do they go to follow your page to see your content creation?
I think, honestly, Instagram is going to be where you can find everything down to my email address.
I was going to ask you that, too. Like, do you like TikTok? Like, I hate it. I think it sucks. We use it. We have it. I think we have, like, 17,000 followers, but I think it's,
I refuse to go on it.
Like,
I've never touched it.
It's like a useless piece. It's terrible.
I don't. Trust me. It's one of those necessary evils. That's where a lot of my customers come from, so I have to have it. But I am on Instagram all the time. That's the best place to reach me is Instagram. And if you want to,
they go. You ship them obviously, so you sell to the entire country.
Yeah, so I have customers. I want to make like a board with the United States and start putting pins in them because we have people from all over the country who are ordering.
Oh, that's cool.
That's cool.
Yeah. Would love to get into some local tackle shops is going to be my goal this year, to see if I can reach out to these, other small businesses and see if we could work together. It's one of my goals.
That would be cool. And if you and your husband ever want to take a trip north and come fish with us up on one of these lakes for something you haven't gone for, that'd be cool.
Yeah, that would be rad. Yeah.
We could co-collab something. But really, thank you so much for coming on the NJ Multispecies podcast, Jess. I'm sure a lot of our listeners love hearing from South Jersey once in a while because we don't pay enough attention to it.
We do. I actually didn't even realize how far south you were from, or else I would have like made a bigger deal out of it. Because we get flack like, oh, what about South Jersey? What about? I'm like, I don't know. Like, you guys are welcome to come on the show. You're welcome to join in anything, but like.
You guys have some really good fishing up there. I have to. My favorite places to fish in New Jersey are like 2.5 hours away. You guys got really, really great spots. So definitely, we'll take you up on that, Joe.
We'll put it together. Thank you so much. Plug your Instagram one more time before we let you go.
Yeah, it's She Slays Angling.
She Slays Angling on Instagram. Jess, thank you so much.
Thank you guys so much for having me.
Yeah, welcome anytime. Good talking to you. And,
thanks.
Yeah, we'll set up a fishing trip.
Sounds great. Thank you, guys.
Awesome.
All right, cool.
All right, cool. So we have a new friend from South Jersey now. Hopefully she does come up with her husband and we get to go out fishing for something, and then we'll go down there for some other shit that we haven't caught.
And I'm sure what they'd love to do is like bring some of those baits that they make or whatever colors. They might even ask like,
yes, hey, Alexis is asking. Chris does not use TikTok, refuses to download. The TikTok is just me.
Just Joe, 100% Joe.
I don't know if Deuce goes on there ever. He might, but yeah, there's like an inbox with like 3,000 messages. Not one's ever been answered. Like I just upload videos and then get off it. I don't answer anything or do anything.
I do remember Deuce has definitely been on the TikTok at least once, because I remember when you first made it. What are you doing? I'm making fun of you. Put the headphones back in. I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna keep making fun of Joe, even though he can't hear me. The first TikTok that Deuce made for that account was Joe tried arguing with me about. Oh, he's back. Remember when you were arguing with me about bowfin? You thought they were invasive.
Yes.
And Deuce. And I'm just like, what are you talking about? They're native fish. And you're like, no, I don't think so.
I figured that out. I figured out what happened with that.
But whatever excuse
they basically showed the compendium used to show a snakehead and then a bowfin right under it, I guess, so you could differentiate the two and not kill the bowfin.
Right.
I just looked at the picture and said, oh, they're both invasive. Like instantly.
But my point is that was the first like TikTok video, and Deuce made the account and made the video. He like clipped those parts and put it to some like no song or something, and just like put all the. It was pretty funny, but that's the last
TikTok started.
That was the first and last I ever saw a TikTok, and then it's all you.
The only thing I'll say, there's less bullies on there and trolls. You don't get like bullied as much on TikTok and trolled. No, it's a younger crowd.
Boring as hell.
It's a much younger crowd. Real quick, I did want to show these because me and my wife did get them. This is the identifier cards for Mayhem that Alexis is making. They're bigger than I thought. This is a pink one, soft for the fish, that she made for my wife. I actually used my green one today for the first time. So if you are interested in these, Alexis does have them in a couple different colors. Just reach out to her on Facebook.
I used your card because I was closer to your sled. I used your card to bump Chuck Manny off the bullhead catfish.
I had another card that like my daughter made me. She cut me like a fish out with scissors and wrote NJ26 on it, but my brother spilled water all over it and it was like destroyed. But these are like waterproof. Fishing. Like you can't even break it. Like it's pretty cool. I think she charges $8 for it or something. But yeah, reach out to her if you want an identifier card. It does come in handy. I have to plug 8-Ball Sportfishing out of Point Pleasant this year, adding new stuff to the menu. The Thresher shark trips are back available again. But Captain Dom is going to concentrate more on offshore fishing, especially tuna fish, his favorite thing to do. But he's still offering all his inshore stuff as well. He will be sea bass fishing, striper fishing, even does the striper fishing trips after work on mini rods. Very flexible. You don't need a full 6 people to book the boat. He may have 2 guys that want to go, or he might just feel like going fishing and go anyway.
So the offshore trips are less too, less people.
Yeah, and for anyone that never experienced one, it's not the same as a party boat when you go on a charter. Charter's very private. It actually like includes all the rigs and weights and stuff. Like the party boats, usually once you lose your first rig, you have to buy everything after that. But the charter boats do cost more money, but you do get all that stuff. It's much, it's one mate for only 6 people. It's a lot more private, and like I said, all that stuff's included in it. So if you've never done a charter, it is nice to treat yourself to one every once in a while and just take 5 private friends with you. But yeah, 8-ball is the boat to call.
And there's a lot of good charters around, but there's also, I mean, I'm not going to name any names, obviously, but there's a lot of guys out there that just take you for a boat ride.
Yeah.
And so when it comes to 8-ball sport fishing, like we're like personally vouching for them.
Yeah,
I've
Captain
been with
Dom
him.
wants to fish. He wants to go fishing. Like he wants to get out there and fish.
You're going to get
boat.
100% effort, and it's going to be a good time. I mean, nobody can guarantee fish over the rail, keepers over the rail, but you can guarantee 100% effort, and I can personally vouch for it. And I'll be going. I mean, I can't wait I'm so excited for the tuna trips this year. I already told him as soon as he starts making the calendar, dude.
Well,
I'm
told you
some of those in the tile fishing.
I was waiting for someone to come along that I would feel comfortable with going out there for the first time, and Dom and Kim might be it. So, I mean, you may see me finally go after a tuna with I've gone after him before with Chuck, but that's a different kind of thing. Like, yeah, I've never gone offshore. But I've gone offshore for blackfish without even knowing I was offshore. Like, I didn't even know it was offshore.
That's like 30 miles. I mean, depending on where you could be going 80 miles offshore.
I mean, once I can't see land, what's the difference? Like, it's 80 miles.
Exactly. That's what I said.
I'm just a baby. I'm a baby. Yeah, I'm a total baby. I'm going to freak out, and I don't want to get, ruin the trip. That's what makes me crazy.
We're bringing a tranquilizer. Nobody's taking you back in.
That would be cool, actually. Like, if you had a trank gun and if Joe starts freaking out, just shoot him in the neck with a dart and put him down. Like that.
Just like old school.
That'd be awesome. Okay, who's the guest for next week?
Next week we have.
Oh, I know who it is.
Then why are you asking me?
Oh no, it's not that. February 23rd.
No. Oh, we had to switch some stuff around. Oh, so Pam Otis is coming on. She had to reschedule from earlier in the month. So
she was, I think, last week was supposed to be her. We were going to talk an ice fishing episode, but she had an emergency.
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago.
We were going to do an ice fishing episode. I think we still just do an ice fishing episode. I mean, yeah, the season's kind of.
My wife just commented in that even a tranquilizer gun won't work anyway. So God. She knows. Yeah, it's that bad. It really is.
Wow.
So Pam Otis next week, we're going to talk multi-species ice fishing with her, another female coming in. She's North Jersey. So yeah, another female. Also, save the date.
You know what the first question I'm going to ask her is?
What's that?
Why do I still not see your name in the New Jersey Multi-Species Mayhem Fishing Club?
Well, I could ask that question to a lot of people. I mean, yeah, there's even people in the chat room. Why are you not? Save the date for September 26th, because that is the date of the pig roast. We are having the pig roast outside at the Elks Lodge, the same place it was for the Christmas party, only outdoors. All members can come to the pig roast for free. And if you're not a member, it's going to cost you $35 to come. So you might as well join.
It's the same price. Fee to join the club. So you're going to be.
See how we did that? Yeah, you see how we did that? You either pay $35 to come to the pig roast, or you just join the club. So that's our booby trap that we've created. Also, the store's fully restocked. We have all the hats back in stock in every color. The hoodies are back, and the UPF fishing shirts, which everyone's going to be looking for in 3 months. Those are all back in stock in all colors. Deuce is doing a great job with inventory.
They're nice too. And what are they? Like
nice.
$15?
They're so cheap. No, they're like under 20. Like I'm not gonna blast Huck. I used Huck most of my life.
Yeah.
The UPF suffer shirts that Deuce makes, the hooded ones, I think they're $20. They're better. If they are better, really. I don't know how Deuce gets it.
It's the same material. Like, it's made by the same manufacturer.
I'm pretty sure he buys it from the same people that make theirs and then just puts our shit on it instead.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not gonna make any crazy claims, but I mean, I'm not buying Huck anymore. Sorry.
No, yeah, we get this stuff for free sometimes unless Deuce charges us.
He makes us pay cost for.
The pig roast September 23rd next week. Pam Otis. Remember, Alexis is 3D printing these hard credit card like identifiers. This is pretty convenient to have and pass around. Shout out to the High Mar Show. I went to the High Mar Show this weekend. I saw Jen Wong there. I saw Chuck was there. Chuck had a table. Who else did I see? I saw Eddie from Toggy Time. I saw Adam from Psycho Jigs. Saw a couple people. I walked around there with the family. That was nice, little something to do on just a boring day. Bought like $30 worth of shit from Adam, and he hooked me up with some extra new stuff to try out. But there are other shows going around. If you're looking to go to any outdoor shows, if you don't ice fish, the outdoor shows are a good option of something to do.
Yeah.
But yeah, other than that, guys, be safe with the ice. It looks like some places could get shady. I mean, Round Valley would be one to keep an eye on with this rain and warmer temp. I think the other places have enough ice to really not worry too much, but Round Valley definitely may be an issue.
I always say this at the end of the season because people like to give me a hard time because I'm one of the first people on the ice on like that first almost 2 inches of like hard black ice when it first forms on some of these shallow lakes. And people give me a hard time about it, but they don't give people a hard time for getting on some of these lakes towards the end of the season. And to me, you got to be a lot more cautious at the end of the season.
Oh yeah.
With the melting. And so, yeah, just like take extra caution. This is when most people go in. It's not the beginning of the season when most people go through the ice. It's going forward now into March because, you know, the ice quality will suffer first. And if you don't have that hard black ice underneath, you got spots that, like you got fissures on Round Valley, like you're talking about. Those are they're already opening up. There's water coming through them. Like, you just got to be more careful now than you do at the beginning of the season, in my opinion. So don't just think like, oh, we had a foot of ice, like it's going to be good. Nah, there's stuff happens, especially places that have current, or if you get rains and you got flows coming in off the side.
I am hoping that this 1 week is just going to be an anomaly, and then we're going to go back to like 30 or something. So we just hold ice for a couple more weeks.
No matter what, you're not going to. You just the angle of the sun this time of the year. You're not going to make ice. You're just kind of hoping to hold on to it forever long. You want to ice fish, and then once March comes around, even though I love ice fishing, I'm kind of like, all right, it's time for. You come to the point where you're just like, all right. Let's get rid of all the ice and let's open water fish. But we'll get a couple more days in.
I'm done. I'll be back, and I'll see everyone again next week. Hopefully we see some more fish come into Mayhem, not from Chuck.
All right, we're good. Stuff for the fish.
Stuff for the fish. No, it's the first time I ever said it. Am I allowed to?
I feel like I have to say it again because
all right.
Stuff for the fish, and now end it before he says it again.